horrible things in your life.
All right.
Father. Wars.
I want new ones.
And what do you want him to say?
Wolverine.
Oh shit. I'm gonna have to review this movie on it. Hey everybody, the Bruce, the older brother deconstruction here. Guess we gotta keep this train rolling. Back with the Bruce review of X-Men Origins Wolverine, or as me and my friends call it, Wolverine Origins Wolverine, because all of these movies have been about Wolverine up to so far. So, I haven't watched this movie since it came out, like over a decade ago or so ago, and I remember it being terrible. Having watched it now, it's not terrible per se. It is so fucking boring, like too boring. So let's just start at the beginning. This opening with, young James Howlett talking to, young Victor Creed. For some reason they're friends, even though Victor seems to hate him, and apparently his relationship with his father. It's kind of comedic gold.
There are things you don't understand.
Don't.
I need him to know.
Please, no.
No more lies.
Like, young Victor burns Papa Howlett, like, severe. He stood no chance.
Your father's drunk again. You should help him home, Victor.
It's not my name he's calling, sir.
And then, so, finds out, he kills his dad. Mutant powers, activate. Because apparently he's sick because he's going through the awakening, I guess you can call it, or whatever. Kills Papa Logan, or Thomas Logan, I think is his name. So they do not give you enough time to digest, like, what these characters have gone through, what they have done, what they must go through now. It's like, it's banking on the fact that you already know who they are and what they become. So, that, I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me. So then, they finally take a break for the montage once Victor, I guess, kills his commanding officer, and James has to come to his aid, and then now they're both getting court-martialed and now about to be executed. Then they survive, then Stryker comes in, and I gotta recruit you for something. Okay. Fast forward to them already being established in this whole little group. Like, you do not show any of the stuff that they have to go through for them, I guess, to build the relationships that they currently have with these people. Insert here's Wade Deadpool Wilson, or if you want to call him Deadpool at this moment, but he's already there. And like, they already, like, they want you to know that this is who this guy is without you finding out who this, like, oh, Wade, you need to shut up, you talk a lot, and all of that stuff. And these seem to be established relationships that we didn't get to see established by them, the way they're jumping out. Like, so I'm going to compare it to, say, Wolverine's introduction to the X-Men. You're supposed to already know that they're established because they're bringing in this new recruit. And you're never looked at the established relationship. It's never put in front of you in the same way that it is like this, where, say, they find Wolverine and Rogue, and then the next scene, Wolverine and Rogue's already integrated in the group. You see them slowly being integrated, meeting everybody, developing relationships and all that stuff. You see Rogue developing her friendship and then into a relationship with young Iceman. You see Wolverine slowly moving into the group becoming sort of adversaries within the group with Cyclops, becoming stalkerish with Jean and all of that stuff, because it's kind of what's needed, and that is not here. Now, another point of contention that I found with this movie is it's only an hour and 47 minutes. So it moves super fast. Like I said, they don't slow down enough for it to digest it. So then they go, I guess, on an adamantium tour, trying to find it. They show off everybody's powers. They got the thing that they make fun of in Deadpool 2 with Wade. I guess Agent Zero is either a terrific marksman or has super agilities. That's never really explained. He just murders everybody with fucking 2 handguns. This movie wants to be more awesome and badass than it actually is. They go through a lot of setup to show you some awesome shit, such as like, I don't get the point of that. This is so fucking stupid. Like, and it does nothing. It's this part of, if this established that this is part of his power base or something, I don't know. So then then they do all of that. Then they go to another one, and they are about to like start killing a bunch of people, and Wolverine is like, this isn't who we are. Then he just leaves, and then it jumps through time again. Now once again, he's already established. He's got this girlfriend. He's got a job. Like, you don't take the time to show how they get to these points. Now, I guess the time, this movie shouldn't have been 2 hours at all. But if you're going to do this, at least put something in the middle. Like, you blew your giant montage in the beginning of the movie. You could have used this to just show what he's been doing to get, like, I leave government kill machine team, and then now I'm here. At least show something in between that to establish how he got there. And that's missing. Now, Stryker shows up, tries to recruit him. Victor starts killing people, and then he's like, nah, it's not. Then he kills Kayla, or whatever the fuck her name is. I'm assuming this is supposed to be Silver Fox. Haven't looked anything up, so I should just research so I know the players in these movies in the future. But yeah, so now some of the, let me talk positively about the movie. Some of the acting is magnificent with what they have. They kind of sell it. Lee Schreiber's Sabretooth, he kind of owns that role. Like, it's he kind of has like the plotting beast inside of him. You can understand his motivation for everything. It's just because he wants to do it, and he works off of the impulse, but then he does it's like the stalking cat. Yes, I can kill you right now, but I want to wait till you're at least, so you can see some of it play out with who he is. The script is weak, but some of the acting is like a bunch of people. Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds, and this is how he got Deadpool off the ground, playing this guy. It's just not enough of him and his character, and it feels like a throwaway. Like, I have to call them the Weapon X team, or the Alpha. I don't know if they're Weapon X or Alpha Flight. I don't know what it feels. I gotta go with Weapon X. Yeah, this is kind of a Weapon X team, but that team feels really throwaway because they just have that one scene before Wolverine starts living his life, and then they come back sort of individually because you got to move the plot along, and they're sort of established to move the plot along. Now, when Wolverine isn't Wolverining, or when Logan is, yeah, they call him Logan And I don't remember that being established yet. It's like Victor just refers to him as Jimmy, so I would assume that that's what he'd be referred to. So, but when he's having his downtime with Kayla, the Silver Fox lady, and when he's just living his life, like the slowed down parts of this movie kind of work because you see him living, and it's kind of, while not establishing how he got there, it's kind of establishing who he is in this moment, and that's, I don't know, I enjoy those parts more than your action scenes, because the action scenes just, they don't connect how they should. And I guess it's a sign of the times with over-the-top action scene, something not grounded. But we actually have seen some of the over-the-top action scenes that feel real, and you can see like the impact of them going on. So Victor kills the lady. Wolverine, he's all like, she tells him some dumb story to establish why he's going to choose Wolverine.
Why is the moon so lonely?
Why?
Because she used to have a lover.
You tell this to the kids?
No. His name was Kwekuwatsu, and they lived in the spirit world together.
Oh, that's a true story.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And every night, they would wander the skies together. But one of the other spirits was jealous.
Mm.
Trickster wanted the moon for himself. So he told Kwekuwatsu that the moon had asked for flowers. He told him to come to our world and pick her some wild roses. But Kwekuwatsu didn't know that once you leave the spirit world, you can never go back. And every night, he looks up in the sky and sees the moon and howls her name. But he can never touch her again.
Wow. Kwekuwatsu got screwed.
Kwekuwatsu. Means the Wolverine.
About a moon and song, and I kind of drifted out. And then, yeah. So I literally just got finished watching this movie just so it could be fresh in my mind, because it is super forgetful. I don't know anybody who can tell me a single thing of importance outside of introduction of Wade Wilson and Baraka Deadpool fight. I don't know anybody has talked to me about any of the stuff in between, because this movie's boring and forgettable. And like, they should have focused more on the slow plotting stuff. So he gets his ass whooped by Victor, and then it drives him back to Stryker. It's like, put the adamantium in him. And then it shows like he still has like natural bone claws. Like they're not sharpen them or anything so they can get like a blade shape. Because Victor steps on it in a fight and breaks his bone claws, and then they put the adamantium in him, and he have knife sharpened claws. They kind of should have explained that, because I was watching. I was like, they didn't show him filing them into or anything, just so he can get like the knife. And then it was like, okay, wipe his memory, and then he hears that and he breaks out. And they just established they put indestructible steel all over his skeleton, and Agent Zero's just shooting him like that. First off, the guy has a very incredibly good healing factor. So even if he didn't have it, it kind of wouldn't slow him down. Because when you met him, he literally just got executed, Fire Squad style. But now the bones, and then he works, meets some family, and I get a very Jonathan and Martha Kent vibe from the old people he meet. He fits all of their sons' clothing incredibly well. Then they get murdered. Then we have an obligatory over-the-top action scene, or chase. It starts with a chase scene. Then he takes out military vehicles takes out a helicopter, then does the badass walk away from an explosion thing, which, alright. Goes to find will.i.am's character for info, finding Creed. will.i.am shockingly is really good in this movie for the role he plays. I was taken aback by it. I was like, oh, he is decent. And they introduce Blob, or full-on Blob, because he gets a eating habit. Then they have some dumbass boxing match. I don't know why this is a movie. Then it was like, oh yeah, Remy LeBeau. The guards called him Gambit. I'm like, not that it's his something that he goes by, so they don't know that it's him after he escaped. It was like the guards called him Gambit. It's just the name they handed to him. Then they have some dumbass fight for no reason. Because I guess, well, because Gambit doesn't want to go back, and in the middle of the fight between Wolverine and Creed, because he's Wolverine now. Because after he had the thing, he was like, oh, no, I'm no longer James, I'm Wolverine. They're having this fight, and you just see he knocks out Gambit. Then you just see him running on a roof, and it's like, and then Kinetic. I think, and I also think that they think Gambit's control of cards is part of his power, because it doesn't make any sense who just. But was it Taylor Kitsch, whatever his name is? A decent enough Gambit. I mean, from the limit amount that they give him, plus. I don't ever remember making it this far when I originally watched the movie. Or if I did, I just blocked it out. But he's serviceable. Like, no accent that, just kind of drilled into my head from watching X-Men animated series. That over-the-top Cajun accent is kind of what you need for Gambit in my book. But then he takes him to the island, and then the third act is just so boring. Introduce Cyclops again. This is the best they've ever treated Cyclops in these movies so far. That's all I can say. So then he goes to the 3 Mile Island, or I guess in Philly. He infiltrates. They find out that the Kayla chick is still alive, and they kidnapped her sister. And Wolverine's like, oh, well, I don't have revenge in me anymore. Instead, and he leaves, and then Victor starts choking her, and he hears her scream, and he comes back, and then they fight it out, and he's like, activate the weapon 11, and the Deadpool is what he called him. Don't know why. It's just what they called him. And they go free all the mutants, and she's with her sister. She gets shot while Wolverine. I don't remember why he left. Forgot why he left. Oh yeah, because Deadpool showed up and they started fighting. My overall review of this movie is, once again, it's incredibly boring. It's a super forgettable movie. I don't know if it was rushed in production. I don't know if they took time to kind of. This doesn't seem like a rush project. A couple of notes that I have is when people get stabbed, and there is a lot of stabbing in this movie, there's literally no blood at all. Like, Wade just double stabs people. He pulls his swords back, clean. Wolverine just stabs people. He's stabbing Victor, pulls back, clean. Just like complete, just in straight murder. Some of the effects are off. Like, yeah, we all know about the claws and those shouldn't be CG, but when you see, like, when the kids are running to the Professor X's helicopter, that shouldn't have been a green screen. You could have done that practically. And they're shockingly clean for all the stuff that they're going through. Like, when they join the Weapon X team, they're inside like a prison after they've been executed. And they're really, really clean. Like, they're still taking care of them, even though they're still wearing clothes. Wolverine's face is just no dirt at all. So some of it doesn't track. It's, look, well, in the end, I think a missed opportunity here would have been have Wolverine and Sabretooth have the same type of mindset, where it's kill, 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 and then when they were at the village is when it just gets too much for Wolverine. So that when you meet him again, he's a completely different person. So then when Stryker says, I need the animal or the beast or whatever the hell he calls him, it's a departure from who he is. I get you want him to be a heroic character throughout the movie, but there's no change in the character. It's kind of like in our the podcast when we discussed Captain Marvel, how I said she was the same from the beginning of the movie to the end of the movie, except she just kind of knew who she was. This is the exact same thing. There is no change in him except he forget who he is. Like, at the ending, the only difference is he has no memory. You don't see him grow as a character. You don't see him, like, he has the same outlook throughout the movie. And that's really not a good basis for a character, because you've established him already, so you want him to constantly be that good person. But in his origin, there should be a difference from who he becomes to who he starts out as. And he's literally the same person across the board, except memory. Yeah, this isn't a good movie. It's super boring. They needed to slow it down more. Nothing hits, nothing sticks with you. Yeah, wow. I think I got 4 more of these movies to go and I'm done. But yeah, this is my X-Men Origins Wolverine review. Thanks for watching. Like, this is how boring your climax is. I gotta skirt over just so I can give, like, actual thoughts and how I feel about the movie as a whole. Like, this doesn't really, it's not that important to talk about because it really does nothing for the movie. This is how unimportant this, your third act giant climactic battle is.